Hi all, Brad Wright from the Single Malt Whisky Club here, and this month sees round 2 of our Waratah Wonders series, celebrating all things New South Wales whisky. Our malt of the month is from a New South Wales indie bottling company that goes by the name of Barrelhouse 28. This is a delicious dram for all the peat freaks out there, distilled at none other than superstar New South Wales distillery Corowa. And carrying on with the Waratah whiskies theme then, our optional extra from RIverbourne Distillery, and we are proud to launch the RIverbourne Identity Edition 9. A light and fruity whisky. This gives a fantastic counterpoint to our malt of the month, especially if you're not a peat fan. So, our malt of the month is from New South Wales distillers Corowa, but independently bottled by Robbie Tucknot's Barrelhouse 28 brand. Both the Corowa Distillery and Barrelhouse 28 are both Corowa-based businesses, so I guess this makes it a double whammy for the New South Wales southern border region. This absolutely delightful single cask whisky has been aged in an Hungarian red wine cask and is presented at a cask strength of 63.5% ABV. New South Wales distilled, then aged, branded and bottled by a New South Wales indie bottler. Oh, and Robbie Tucknott also owns a cooperage and barrel brokering business down there, so you know that this is aged in a first-rate cask. So let's have a look at this fantastic whiskey, and here it is. Very first thing that catches the eye is a beautiful, deep, rich walnut colour. I think you can see that. There's that colour again. I think you can see it a bit better there. On the nose, oh, yum. A classic and very Islay-like sort of first impression with iodine and fresh band-aids. But then there's a really rich and luxurious stewed fruit vibe going on behind all that as well. There's also a slight musty quality sitting there as well. That'd be the peat. The palate. Oh, my God, yum. Such a thick, syrupy mouthfeel, just coats the mouth. It gives a little pepper on the first sip, and at 63.5 ABV, we can forgive it just a little pepper. Just a touch of water. Remember, this is a cask-strength whiskey and should be unlocked with a few drops of water, but this completely nulls the pepper. There's all the stewed fruit, chocolate, and even honey that you could ask for in this delightful dram, but the oak is not lost in this. And it finishes just as strong as it starts. Oh, yum. A lovely warm mouthfeel. And those peaty num-nums just keep rolling around and around, lubricated to the end with more of that syrupy stewed fruit, espresso coffee and chocolate notes. Man, this is a seriously chewable whiskey. That finish just lasts and lasts. Look, this is an absolute stunner of a whiskey. Yeah, it's fairly young by some standards, but seriously, this has been bottled at just the right time in my opinion. Any longer would have put way more oak into the mix, and that would have been, I think, at the expense of the delicious fruitiness this whiskey imparts. This whiskey is just right. Lovely peat, delicious fruit, and those chocolate and coffee notes really hit the mark. This whiskey is truly well behaved and punching way above its age statement. It's absolutely bloody fantastic, let me tell you. Yum. I'm just going to have one more. Oh, that is delicious. And now, onto our optional extra for June. And this is a vastly different, yet equally lovely whiskey than our malt of the month. From the RIverbourne Distillery, we have a non-peated whiskey aged in French oak. And true to our Waratah Wonder mission, this fantastic whiskey hails from the Snowy Mountain region of New South Wales. Founded in 2015, RIverbourne Distillery is a boutique distillery based in Gingera, New South Wales. just south of Captain's Flat, apparently. Head distiller Martin Pye runs a two-person show. He does the mashing, fermenting, distilling, and aging of his range of boutique whiskies and rums with the utmost attention to detail, while his wife Eileen does the bottling, the labelling, the paperwork, and distribution. So it's a real family business. The natural spring waters, the climate, and the mountainous environment produce spirits with a unique flavour profile distinctive to the region. Let's have a taste, will we? There's the colour. Classically golden, I guess you'd say. Can you see that? It's just a beautiful bright gold colour. On the nose, there's an initial marmalade hit on the nose, followed by fresh cut grass, apples and pears straight off the tree. And despite Martin's claims to the contrary, I do get a subtle leathery note here. Just subtle, but lovely. On the palate, wow. Yum. It's a real unexpected custardy creaminess at first, but then a rich and sweet fruitiness takes over from that. The sweetness of the fruit provides a really nice contrast to the slight dryness of the spirit. And this finish is long and sweet, with a big malty surprise comes out of the whiskey at the final stages. It's very milk arrowroot biscuity, I guess. Yep. Yeah, milk arrowroot. Yum. So there they are. Our June whiskies. Both delicious, but two entirely different whiskies. The Barrelhouse 28 Hungarian red wine cask at 63.5%, a single cask strength peated wonder, up against our optional extra, Martin Pye's RIverbourne Distillery Identity Number 9 edition. Yum. That's it from me. I'll see you in July when we wrap up our Waratah Wonders with a super surprise for the collector. Until then, Sanjivar.